a good engineer. The work we are doing is not easy. I've cut my hand self. I'm putting spirit on my hand to show you that nowhere is easy. So you have to be patient on your job to give customer the maximum benefit of the job, if not for the money, but for the customer to feel good in using the gen and to, to sing praise that you did a nice job than to be in a rush and just couple what is not good. So that is just it. So this is zinc now. One of the exhaust head bolts cannot contact well with the hole that it fit in. So you use zinc to pack any hole that the bolt cannot fit in very well. So you cut zinc and you pad it. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to fold this tiny zinc so that it will have thickness. So this is how we pad any hole that is wide. So I'm using zinc. Look what I'm doing here. I'm using this plier to fold this zinc. When you cut a little length of zinc, you are folding it. Look what I'm doing. I'm folding it. I'm bending it to V. So after bending it to V, I will now use the plier to close the two mouths so that it will be one, not double. So this is how you pad any bolt. You can use it on top, anywhere that you are tightening in generator and you discover that the place is wide, is one. If it have thickness inside though, it is not when the thing there are one you will pad like this, it will not work. If it have over one, if the hole has widened much, if you pad it, it will not hold the bolt. But the one you discover that the hole just one, but it has some thickness, like if you tighten your bolt, it will be catching it or holding it, but it is not tightening it very strongly. You can pad it. But the one that after padding you tight your bolt in it, it is free. Then know that you will go and review it. Where the review bolt, the review worn out thread, you go and review it. They rebow it or whatever the English they are using. So that is it for that. So you normally use zinc to pad any worn out thread or whatever. So I'm now putting this zinc inside that hole which the bolt of exhaust head will enter to give it thickness. Now I'm now putting the bolt there. So let me find something to push it in where. So I'm using my hammer to tap it a little. I'm just tapping it so that, because that zinc has make it to hang, it cannot enter easily. So I'm just tapping, a little tapping, so that the thing will be able to fit in a little. Then I will now guide it and tighten it in. So that is just it. So the former one too, I am just hitting it together. So I'm using my 12-13 ring to guide the exhaust head bolt. So this is how you do when you're at home. You discover that your exhaust is the head has loose, or is leaking, or is making a sharp noise. This is how you work your exhaust issues. If the bolt fell off and the gasket is burnt, you go and take the pieces of the gasket that is burnt, you take it to where you will buy a new one. You take the parts, hold it in your hands, say give me this type of gasket. Don't just go without holding it, because the person will not know what to give to you. Then when you hold it and you come to the place, the person can give you the exactly one. So when you come back, you tighten the bolt back just the way I did here. But if you discover that your exhaust head bolt it has worn out from where it's supposed to be. You use zinc. So I've been able to use this zinc now to pad the hole where the hole enters and give it thickness. Something that was worn out before, zinc was what I put. This zinc will not be thrown inside though. You will put the zinc will reach the ending of the boat and still come out at the mat or at the top. Then you will now press the engine, the zinc, press it to lie on the body of the iron. Then you now put your boat. So not that you will throw zinc inside. If you throw zinc inside, it will block where the boat will enter. It's just that the camera is far from it, but my explanation will give you what you will understand, or you still zoom it to check how I did it. I'm the one hang my camera to a standstill. So in future or any other video, I may teach more on it. So now I'm guiding the hanger, the exhaust hanger. Mind you that I did not tighten it once. So what I did is just to hang it so that when I put my exhaust, I can be able to shake and put the boat inside the hanger. So if you tighten it once, you cannot be able to set your exhaust well. So now I'm using 10 flat to tighten or either 10 or 12, because that boat is either 12 bolt. So I'm using 10 or 12 to tighten the hanger's boat. So I now carry the generator up. I want to tighten the underneath of the hanger. So you can see what I'm doing there. I'm even making sure that my head is not blocking it, but there's no way. But what I'm doing, you can understand. The bolt that you tight at the up and down, the down one is the one I'm tightening to carry your gen up. So that is the reason why it's very important that I'm using table to work. If you are working this thing on the ground, you will be dirty, you will be bending and squeezing. But if you are using table, you construct a strong table. It's good for work, for a neat work for that matter. And so now I've guided it, so it is now guided. So let me still check the next move I want to make. Okay, now I want to cover this side. I want to cover it. So mind you, I check it in the foreplace. I discovered that this or you see of this starting coil side is not leaking. So that was the reason why I did not bother. If not, I will have pulled this side, or you see. But what I want to do now, I want to use fuel to brush off the traces of oil that has been there before from the previous leakage that come out from the OEC of the coil side. So that is just it. So I'm cleaning the underneath so that I will make sure that after my work I'm testing not to see any trace of any oil and became confused if what I did is not okay or whatever. So that is just it. This is how you clean your engine to make sure that there is no trace of any oil there. After cleaning, you will rag it. So that's how you clean. You use your brush. Then when after working generator thoroughly, maybe I've done the whole work and you want to clean it, you want to brush it, this fuel here, you add a little oil, engine oil. The fuel will be doing the cleaning, whereby the oil will be doing the shining. Because if you use olive fuel to clean, that is a normal engine, or not this one I'm doing. What I'm doing now, I use olive fuel, but you know that I'm trying to clean off oil, so fuel is mixing with oil already by rubbing two of them together. So in this place, I don't need to add oil and fuel together because it's in the body of this gen. So I just use olive fuel. But what I'm explaining before is this: after working generator and you want to clean your gen, even at home, we normally mix fuel and little oil. The oil will make it to shine, because fuel normally dry fast. So if you use olive fuel, the generator will not look as if you clean. But when you add a little oil and use it to brush the surfaces of a generator, it will look shining and good. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm using olive fuel. So now I'm using rag to clean, to make sure that my work, when testing it, it is okay, that there is nothing that will bring the trace of oil, and I became more confused if oil is still leaking. So that is just it. That is it. So in this work, you need rag. You need enough rag, neat rag. You clean your hand. Look, the dress I'm using to do the work, you look good. You don't take because you are an engineer, somebody sees you, confuse you to be a mad person or whatever. You look dirty. It's not good. That is why I prefer working on table. You get your table, your tools. Even your tools should be neat. Some people, the tools they are using to do engine work, you cannot hold it without oil on it. But you work, you clean your tools, work and clean. So that's what entails in the work. I learned this from my boss. So everybody has someone that he or she learned from. I didn't fall from sky with it. So when I was learning my own, it was hard for me to remember to clean my tools. But now that I become a boss, it have gone with me. So there are things that come along with being a boss. Things that normally when you are under your boss, he will be chastising you, admonishing you, and correcting you, and you will be getting it hard to do or understand. When you become a boss of your own, you see that thing will be easy, because human being tends to be reactive towards correction. When somebody is correcting you, will be reactive. But when you are the one now in position, you learn how to do it. So I've scratched off the sound of it inside the starting cover. So I'm placing it. Look the way I place it. So I target the space it will enter and push the start covers inside it. I targeted the space, I push. I remove it now just to show you that there is no much magic I did there, so that you can be able to do it. So that's why I remove it. But watch what I did. I bent it a little down so that the spring, okay, look at that spring in my left hand. I took it up so that spring of the going to the governor or whatever can be able to go out of the way. So now I'm guiding my boat of the start cover. So that is just it. So as you can see, the work is taking shape. The work is taking shape, coming to a standstill. You can see that it's not an easy job. So trying to be a successful engineer, you have to be patient, be neat, be hardworking, be diligent, be observant. When I was learning, my boss told me that you have to be seeing very clear, you have to hear very well, and you can be able to feel. In this job, you'll be seeing clear that maybe if a generator is working on manufacturing, or you want to fix something, you should be able to see clear to know if there's something on the line wedging it, so that you can be able to remove it or know how to put it. So that is one thing about the job. Then you'll be able to hear sound when a generator is making noise, to know if it's a bearing inside the engine making the noise, or it's exhaust making the noise, or is the connecting rod or the shaft. So these are the things to learn. Then you should be able to feel. The feel aspect is this: when the generator is working, you know if the generator is working well or not. There are the generator will be vibrating. So no, this vibration is not a good vibration. Then you will not off it and know if it is the current that is bridging. That is because sometimes if current bridge in a generator, it will be vibrating. So that is just it. So the cleaning is setting space. So I'm trying to clean off all traces of dirty, either fuel or oil, so that my work can entail for itself. So that is just it. You make a thorough clean of your work. That is when you are working on oil leakage in generator. In fact, it is another major work. You can see the time and the length of the job and the tediousness of the job. It's not something that is a wave of hand. You go to the heart of the generator by pulling out the coil and the armature, then you change it and come back. So this is a thorough job, a very thorough job. So that is just it. Adjust it. So I'm losing the oil place. I'm pouring back the oil inside the engine. So remember to pull the oil back. The way you remove the oil, remember to pour the oil back. That is it. So in case you want to put oil on your generator, this is how you put oil in your generator. You put oil funnel and you pull the oil flat. The reason why I put that key under or that wedge is just to take it up a little so that the oil will not be thrown away. But once the oil came to the mouth, you should stop. You must fill it to the brim. That is how you gauge your oil in your generator. Some people don't have funnel. They carry the generator up and they empty the whole a liter of oil which they bought. Then at the end, they will discover that oil is coming out from the carburetor box, because the overflow that is inside it will come out from that carburetor box, the filter there. So the best way to put oil in your generator is what I did now. You put the generator on the flat ground and put funnel. Make sure the generator is on the flat ground. The little one you can just maybe add that a little wedge at the front there, just because you want the oil not to throw away when it is full or filled. So that is just it. Now I want to test the work so far. So I'm pouring fuel on the rubber that lead to the carburetor. So let me just test the coupling, the work, to see if it is in order, to see if it is going to start, to see if it starts, the coil or the armature will not rub. So my work is in order. The coil, the armature did not rub. But let me still check if I've connected the brush. But that is where you know exactly. So in this connection of the brush, okay, I've connected it. Now I am removing the AVR wire to the brush and putting it back. I'm checking the spark of light. My left hand is blocking it, but okay, I remember that I did not put the AVR wire that is connecting the coil. Do you hear another change of sound? Now the generator are peak light. So that place that I connected the AVR to the brush, I did not show you very clear, boys. You can understand it by my explanation. You have positive and negative terminal, the AVR. The AVR that is positive has a plus ring rubber on the left side that goes to the AVR. That's what I went back now. The positive has a plus ring rubber on the left rubber or left wire that goes to the brush. The negative is the right. Whether it's red or it's like right now I can't detect whether the positive is always red or black, but anyone that has a plus ring rubber attached to the left wire, it is the positive. Then you put it to the brush. Then one thing I did here is this: I did not connect my wire from AVR to the brush before starting this generator, so that in case there is problem, I can be able to solve it instead of connecting my wire and doing everything once and start it. Then the generator maybe I did not fix the coil or the armature very well. It may rub or spoil one thing or the other. So what I did is, first I did not put the AVR wire on the brush. It's just too bad or unfortunate. I'm teaching from offhand. The video should have been explaining it, but let me just expatiate so that this work that I did here, you cannot stuck on this. So what I'm trying to say is this: I first didn't connect the AVR. So what I did is to wait. As I started the generator, I now connect the AVR to the brush on top of this coil, and the AVR to the coil. So this is what I did. So the way you lose it is the way you put it, period. So let me just move further. But that place is where lies light coming to the generator. So I'm sorry that I did not remember to stay long on that side when fixing it, so that I can be explaining it to where now that I'm explaining. So this is how you put your exhaust cover. This cover insulates you from direct heat to the exhaust. If you touch it directly, it will burn you. So this is what the cover does. So you guide it first before you tighten one finish. So this work is as good as done. So I'm now on the finishing touch. So the journey of changing of oil is coming to an end. Everything is falling together, not falling apart, falling together. At first things fall apart, now things are falling together. Yes, so yes, now I'm now guiding it and complete the guiding. Now I'm tightening it now to reach to the end. When tightening it, you know the gauge now. So once the bolt becomes strong, leave it. I use T spinner, 10T spinner to tighten it. So I'm now ragging the gen too. So the tank is about to replace. The way you remove it, the way you put it. So I'm guiding the tank rag or iron holder, whatever. So that is just it. And I adjust it. And I adjust it. I adjust it. I'm putting the fuel tap, the hose that come from the carburetor. I connected to the fuel tap. Is, I'm sorry, my head block it, but and this fuel tap, another thing is when removing it, you have to use something like a screwdriver and you hold the fuel tap so that when removing the rubber, you shouldn't just drag the rubber out because it may break the fuel tap because it is cast. Aluminum cast, not an iron. So you have to be mindful of that, not to just drag it. And when putting it also, you will use your right hand to hold the fuel tap and use your left hand to push in the rubber coming from the carburetor. So that's how it is being done. So I'm guiding my tank now. So as you can see, it's more or less a job well done. I'm removing the tools that I use to have more space to do my work complete. Everything about the work is complete. So that is just it. So being generator engineer, you need strength. You have to eat well, eat balanced diet, because it comprises of weight. Sometimes this work, lifting and bringing down, will enter your waist and crack your waist and give you waist pain. So you have to eat very well and exercise yourself, drink water, take all this coliva oil, multivitamin, so that you can be strong and pain relief. So this is how my job is being done, to make yourself strong. Not after carrying an engine you begin to feel pain in your body. So that is just it. So I've taken my time to show you my job, how I did it. It's a full-length video. There is no fast forwarding, there is no cut and join. Everything I did here. If you want to learn, you want to be engineer, you want to take it as a profession, you want to go far with it, this is the A Z of changing of oil seal of 300 in engine. So that is it. It has started. So that is my work. My work is complete here. It's open and close case job. I'm just firing the carburetor to know if everything is in order. So I'm just checking around, check if oil is leaking or whatever. So let me test the lights now. So the light has come. Try to show you that what I did is in order. There is no magic there. It's a thorough job. Look at the bulb. It is an open and closed job. Job well done. This is a job well done. I'm ragging it again to make sure that my job is clean. It's okay. That's how it is. You rag your job, make it neat. After working your generator, you clean it so that it will look at something that came to clinic. You don't just work generator and leave the traces of oil and dirty on the body. Use your rag to rag dirties around the bodies of the gen, so that the owner come, you will know that this generator have gone to the workshop to clean up. So that is just for it. Clean your job, make it clean and neat. So I just tightened the carburetor outlet. That is where you unscrew to check if there is water in your carburetor and your tank, or if the carburetor fuel is not flowing, or if if generator is starting and stop and offing. Then you go to this plate that I just tap in that carburetor and unscrew it to let out fuel, to know if fuel is coming out. Then you will on the fuel tap so that fuel will be flowing. Then the amount of fuel coming out from that carburetor will show you that this carburetor is working well, that problem is in somewhere else. So that is that place you normally use it to check if fuel is in the carburetor or fuel is coming out, or there's problem in fuel issue. So that's how we do it. Sometimes if you don't want to remove the rubber on the fuel tap, maybe you felt that the fuel tap rubber is stiff, you go to that place in a carburetor, you unscrew it, and you check the flow out of fuel. If fuel is not flowing out, then you now know you will remove the carburetor. So that is just the genesis of this work. So thank you.
Hi, once again, it's your boy, your guy, your friend, Organic. I want you to follow my videos on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and any social media that is just happening. I'm always there. I want you to like my video and share it and subscribe to it. In so doing, you'll be encouraging me to make more videos for you. This is one of my gadgets that I'm using to do outdoor work. The one I'm using to hang this camera is up here. So one of these I'm going to show you how it is to make up. Once again, it's your boy, your guy, Organic. Stay tuned to my channel.